Crazy, huh? Electrical storms. We're in between rainstorms right now, and in the distance, you got these crazy electrical storms going on. The stuff you get to see while you're out on the road, pretty amazing, you know? So some mornings you wake up, you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize, oh my gosh, I look really tired. And then as the day goes by, you look at yourself in the mirror again and nothing's improved. That tired look has become permanent. 3 days later, 2 weeks later, you just hit another level of normal with your tired face. And that's what being old is like. When we get old, you look really tired and then it doesn't go away. So I made a pit stop here in Wesley, California, which is right south of Stockton. And you could see here, dark clouds. We're in between storms. You can see a rainbow here, partial rainbow. And then on the other side, you have the sun peeking out and some beautiful sights. And right now, all of a sudden, it just started raining and coming down kind of hard. You can't really tell in this video, but, well, I guess you can. You could see some of the drops coming down here. And pretty crazy, pretty wild. In between storms here, one side dark, the other side kind of bright with patchy clouds, and all the while we've got rain coming down really hard. It's probably just a passing rain shower, but these spring days are pretty amazing. So this week I wanted to talk to you guys about how everybody has a different approach to life. Instead of working with the differences that we have in life, we sit there and try to fix everybody to the way we approach life and the way we see life. We think we have the right answer, and whether it's out of our competitive nature or our stubbornness or just the way we're wired, we want to force everybody into our point of view. And this happens a lot. And we also have very little tolerance for people that are different than us. And I want to challenge everybody to take a couple steps back and think about what it means to be different and live with people that are completely different. Because these people will come with their baggage. And that baggage, especially when they're different from you and then they have baggage, that could drive you crazy. You will have a very low capacity, a low tolerance for that kind of baggage. You know, I'm talking about whether they have bursts of anger or, you know, they act and behave in a way that just drives you nuts. They're messy. I don't know, they have very poor choice of language, whatever. Like it could be a bunch of things that they do that drive you crazy. But at the same time, they're different and they don't approach life the way you do. They don't value things the way you do. And instead of them being so different, I would like to say that more than anything, if they were in a healthy state of mind, they wouldn't be that difficult. It's more like when people get self-consumed. I mean, in our minds, we're the good guys, right? And even we get self-consumed, but our self-focus is very self-justified, you know, because we're the hero in the story, right? So when people are selfish and they make selfish decisions, self-centered decisions, that's when you see a lot more clashing happen and a lot more arguments, a lot more challenges, a lot more, a lower capacity for the differences that people have. So why am I saying all of this stuff? I'm saying this because try to uplift people that are different than you. Don't try to force them into your point of view. A lot of points of contention in your relationships are because of this, because you are trying to conform that other person to your point of view. You know, we're like different pieces of the puzzle that were put together and we make a great team. But things have to be positive, you know, when everybody's self-consumed or self-focused and they're pulling, it's not positive. It's not positive for the group. It's self-preservation or it's just pure selfishness and screw everybody else because I'm so consumed with myself. Getting along with other people in an honest way is letting them be themselves and letting them approach life the way that they've chosen to approach it. And you influence one another, but you can't force one another. You could point them to the right direction, but you can't walk their walk for them, or you'll be exhausted, trust me. And that's why there's a lot of self-righteous people out there complaining that other people don't do this or that or whatever it is. And then they're exhausted and they're complaining that they're tired because of so-and-so. If only if they did X, Y, and Z, you know. Anyway, I say all this because I keep reflecting on why arguments get triggered, why people have a hard time living with other people or accepting other people, or why we feel so frustrated in life, especially as we get older. I think a lot of people feel a little bit of a inner rage that's building because all the things that we had expected out of life didn't necessarily come to fruition. I mean, things didn't go the way that we planned back in the day or that we hoped for back in the day. There's a lot of, I think, disappointment, inner disappointment for ourselves, coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and also a lot of disappointment in our circumstances and especially the people around us. That's why a lot of people at later ages, they get divorced or they get estranged or they have less tolerance for each other. Every day is different and your future circumstances keep changing. And you have to be enjoying the journey and not feeling frustrated. If you think about what's around you, most of the times we're so blessed, but we pick and choose the things that are driving us crazy. You know, the 5 things, the 6 things, you know, whether it's the finances or the relationship or the, health issues or the circumstances that are driving us crazy. But despite those challenges, despite the challenging people around us, how do we make it better? We have the power to make it better. You know, hopefully you can make things better for yourself and those around you and uplift the people around you and try to make things better for everybody. Because at the end, you could live life miserable and get to the finish line feeling frustrated. Because when you look back, you're going to feel like, wow, why was I complaining that whole time? Why didn't I just live life more happy? Why didn't I just make the most of what I had? Laughed more or did more things with the people that weren't perfect around me because I wasn't perfect, right? Anyway, hope that helps. Just thinking about a lot of things in life. And I'm just wondering if you guys are experiencing similar things or I'm just going through a lot. What's going on, my people? So this week was very, very smooth. It ended up being 3 round trips and 2,200 miles. And I got to end on midday Saturday. Can't complain. After about 5 weeks of drama, the last 2 weeks have been much, much better. And I'm hoping this coming week is smooth as well. But the weather has been fluctuating a lot from, super, super hot to a lot cooler now. And so pleasant rides. Can't complain. Thank you for following me on this journey. If you're a driver out there, stay safe. God bless all of you. Peace. And until next time, cheers.